Well, good afternoon, Summit Health. I'm trying to figure out, I'm recording Zoom, but I do have the Facebook group pulled up for our room, which is something new and I have not utilized before. So I'm not quite sure how that is going to work with the Facebook group rooms. But I have it streaming on that right now. So if anybody does jump on and join us, I will see them on there. Otherwise, I'm going to record this for Zoom and then I will get the link posted to our Facebook group. So good afternoon, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. We are trying this Thursday lunch and learn 12 o'clock meeting call for a live training. So we'll see how this goes. Last month, we have been talking about our 5 pillars of health, which were mindset, relationships, movement, nutrition, and sleep were our 5 pillars. And today I get to talk to you about nutrition and sleep. So we're going to dive into it here. So why is nutrition one of our good health pillars? And I'm sure as soon as I say this, you immediately think of several reasons why it's important. And if you are a follower of our page, Summit Health and Fitness, you know that nutrition is a huge part of what we do. The most basic thing you need to know about nutrition is that food contains stored energy or calories in the form of protein, fats, and carbohydrates. And the body uses each of these various activities, such as fuel for our internal organs, building, repair, and maintenance of our body structures, digestion, yes, it requires energy, body temperature regulation, and fueling your activity for both your NEAT movement, just your non-purposeful daily activities, and exercise. Now, we could spend weeks covering the basics of nutrition, but today we're going to dial it in for 3 basic steps you can do that you can implement immediately, and over time, you're going to see some pretty amazing results. And I know Amy's talked about these before, and in fact, there's a couple of Facebook posts if you follow along with our Facebook or Instagram in regards to these 3 main things to focus on. And number 1 is protein. We talk about protein all the time. I'm sorry, my watch likes to answer questions when I'm talking. I'm just going to take it off and hope that it stops talking to me while I'm talking. So protein. We talk about it all the time. Why? Because it is the building block for every cell and body structure, and it is vital in the production of hormones. It is also the most satiating macronutrient. So if you want to build and maintain a healthy body, and you want to feel full and satisfied, protein is where it's at. Most people overestimate the amount of protein that they're actually eating. And sadly, a lot of people fall short of adequate requirements for it. So studies have shown that it may affect how you snack later on in the evenings. People who take in less protein early in the day have been shown to be more likely to snack later on, especially when willpower is low. So if you find yourself with the evening munchies or just that uncontrollable urges to eat something in the evening, you may want to take a good look at how much protein you're consuming on a daily basis. So I got a couple fun facts to share about protein. Protein affects lipid metabolism. So what does that mean? It means the breaking down of body fat in the body. So this means eating adequate amounts of protein can help you burn more fat. Protein also has the highest thermic effect of food, equaling to about 20 to 30% of the calories that you consume are used just to digest it. So it's like money in the bank. So also, we like muscles, right? So muscle is awesome because it is expensive for our bodies to maintain and keep. So what does that mean? It means that muscle burns more calories than body fat tissue. So if you want your body to be a lean, mean, fat-burning machine, you want to age and be independent, then you are going to want to add muscle to your body or maintain the muscle that you do have. So let's not forget that the act of training and exercise is catabolic. So how does this tie into protein? If our body is catabolic, that means that our muscle tissues are being broken down and it requires amino acids from protein to kickstart that repair and rebuilding of those tissues. So you could be throwing away all your hard work at the gym if you're not eating enough protein or you're not getting the day started with protein. It is required, those amino acids, to start the anabolic process of rebuilding structures. So just keep that in mind. We want adequate amounts of really optimal amounts of protein in order to keep our muscle and build additional muscle. So how much protein are we talking about here? Basic recommendations suggest 0.8 grams per kilogram of body mass. That is for untrained, generally healthy adults. Not exactly who we're talking to here. I think most of you are people that maybe have connected through fitness in different ways, or maybe you're working with a coach. So we know that we're not exactly our untrained general adults. So what we're going to aim for here for optimal, because we want optimal amounts of protein, is about 1 gram per pound of body weight or your targeted body weight. Now, that being said, you may find that you are not consuming very much protein at all. In that case, I want you to start small. Maybe you just start with the goal of having a palm-sized portion for every meal or snack per day. That could be a great starting goal. Palm-sized portion, each meal and snack. All right, our number 2 basic tip today is going to be hydrating. Water is important for blood flow, waste removal from your cells, cushioning your joints, balancing hormones. It is vital for the function of your brain. It regulates your organ structures, transfers and absorbs nutrients. So the food that we're taking in, we want to absorb those nutrients. It is a conduit for nerve impulses, and it regulates your body temperature. So that all sounds really important, right? But how about wanting a youthful glow? How about wanting healthy skin or increased energy? What about increased focus or performing well athletically? Being only slightly dehydrated can slow the activity of enzymes in your body, including the ones responsible for production of energy. And this can lead to a slower metabolism, which can cause you to gain weight over time and reduce your endurance with exercise. So those are some of the things that, I mean, it's definitely a good sales piece when you're thinking about, yes, like I want healthy skin. I want good energy. I want to perform well when I do exercise. I want to feel good when I'm exercising. So drinking plenty of water will really help with those things. Some symptoms of dehydration: thirst, dry mouth, headaches, constipation, dizziness, muscle cramps, impaired memory, concentration, and fatigue. So if you're noticing any of these things, especially on a daily basis, maybe in the afternoon, then it might be time to really evaluate how much water you're drinking. So some tips to stay healthy and hydrated: keep a bottled water at your desk so you remember to drink throughout the day and refill it often. Make sure you drink water before, during, and after exercise. Start and end your day with a glass of water. I know it can be really tempting to kick the day off with a cup of coffee, but what if you were to add the habit of 1 glass of water prior to that first cup of coffee? Track your water. See where you're coming in at. See how much you're drinking, because sometimes people don't realize how little they're drinking until they actually take the time to track it. Have a glass of water before each meal. You know, you're probably going to sit down for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. If you took that time every time you sat down for a meal and drank a glass of water, you'd be adding quite a bit of water to your day. Reduce your caffeine consumption. Caffeine can inhibit your ability to stay hydrated because it causes you to dehydrate. Prepare your water for the day. If you need to, fill up 80 ounces in a canister or however many ounces your body needs. Fill up I've got my big giant jug of water here. I know how much I should be drinking in a day. And it gives me that visual feedback. If I know like, oh, I haven't drank very much. I need to get working on that. It's nice to have that visual sometimes of how much more I need to drink. So you might be asking yourself, how much should I be drinking? Approximately half your body weight or goal weight in ounces of water. Will give you kind of a baseline. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you might need to drink about 100 ounces of water a day. And you can kind of do the math from there. Now, as we are entering the summertime and we get into the months where working outside or exercising outside, or even if you work out in a CrossFit gym right now or other gym that you are doing a lot of sweating, you might want to add a little bit more water to your intake. All right, number 3 basic tip today is eating your veggies. And I don't know if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you can see that these 3 tips went along with our post this week. So eating your veggies. Why focus on vegetables? Vegetables contain micronutrients, which are our vitamins, and phytonutrients, which are also called phytochemicals, and they are chemicals produced by plants. So we can only get them through plants. So what do? They influence our hormone function. They help us fight bacteria, viruses, and pathogens. So they're going to help us to stay healthy. They lower inflammation in the body, and they inhibit fat storage. So most people get enough servings of fruit, but most people do come up short when it comes to vegetables. So do keep this in mind. Vegetables also contain water and fiber, which is very helpful not only in hydrating our bodies, but also to help us feel full and satisfied with fewer calories than packaged and processed foods. Also adding that additional fiber piece can be really good for our digestive systems. So it is very satiating to have fiber-rich vegetables. And I am all about volume when it comes to eating, and especially like coaching clients. Like if you're filling your plate with vegetables, it's a simple step that can really help you to take your health and nutrition to the next level. So how many servings should a person eat? Men, your daily intake should be around 6 to 8 servings of vegetables. You could look at a serving as maybe about a fist-sized portion of veggies. Women, intake around 4 to 6 fist-sized servings. Or you could just aim for the visual of having half of your plate with vegetables. And same with our protein and our water that we've just talked about. If you find that you're coming in very short, set a small goal to start with. Maybe a small goal to start with for vegetables would be having 2 servings a day. And then work your way up until you get into that healthier range of 6 to 8 for men and 4 to 6 for women. All right, so we've got our 3 basic nutrition tips there. Now we're going to shift to our last and final pillar of health, which is sleep. When we talk about sleep, sleep is a topic that is always on my mind. It's on my mind for my clients. It's on my mind for myself. As with most people, sleep can be a super challenging task. In our constantly on and connected world, disconnecting, slowing down, and getting proper rest feels daunting. Why do we need sleep? I think you all know a lot of answers to that question. But simply put, we need sleep for restoration and recovery of both our body and our mind. When we are well rested, we repair cells and tissues more effectively and efficiently, and we absorb and deliver nutrients more effectively. Hormones reset and rebalance during sleep. The immune system is active, again, helping us to stay healthy, and our brain rewires, memory storage, and new learning occurs. Now, not getting enough sleep means every area of your health suffers. You could have perfect, on-point nutrition. You could crush every workout. But if you are falling short on sleep, it's going to make that an extremely difficult task to maintain those healthy goals. So if you want to have success with all of your healthy habits that you're trying to create, sleep is an imperative thing. How much sleep do we need? Most people from ages 25 to 65 do best with 7 to 9 hours of sleep. We usually say start with 7, shoot for 7 hours. Some people do better with more, but starting with 7 hours would be a great place. I have 10 tips. It was supposed to be 5, but I couldn't quite reduce it to 5. But I'll try to speed along here so that we can get you guys back to your workday. But number 1 is creating a sleep routine that begins about 30 minutes before bedtime. And this can be customizable to you and your lifestyle and what you enjoy to help you unwind for the evening. But sleep routine typically means slowing down, powering down, lowering the lights, and kind of preparing yourself for sleep. You should also go to bed at the same time every night, and with the goal of waking up at the same time every day. I get there might be some variability, and we're going to talk about that in a moment here too. But if you can be consistent with it and not have super late weekend nights or super late days that you're sleeping in over the weekend, that can be really counterintuitive to allowing your body to develop a routine. Reduce stress. Avoid stressful tasks late in the evening. Make it a habit to do a brain dump before bed. Take a pen and paper and write down your to-do list for the next day. Write down your worries or things that need solving. Anything that is weighing you down, getting it down on paper and placed aside can help you to let go of that. Number 4, eating whole, nutritious foods. We've talked about the benefits of nutrition, but eating whole foods can help regulate your hormones and your body systems and create more balance within your body than processed foods. Number 5, minimize or eliminate screen time at least 30 minutes prior to bed. Number 6, reduce caffeine, sugar, and alcohol. All 3 of these can stimulate the body and result in poor sleep. Number 7, move your bedtime earlier or modify your wake up time. If you know that you're going to be up late with kids' activities or being the chauffeur for the family, or maybe you work a late work schedule, then really kind of evaluating like what time you can realistically get to bed and deciding like what time you can realistically get up in the morning. This is hard, especially coming from me. I coach a 5 a.m. program and I love my people that come, but I do know that many of them are not getting enough sleep. So just keep in mind that there may be times when you do not need an alarm set at 4 a.m. when you have not gotten to bed until 11 p.m. So being realistic about how much sleep you need and modifying those sleep times as you need to. Number 8, your bedroom. Make sure your bedroom is an environment that encourages restful sleep. It should be dark. It should be free of electronics and extra light. You should use a white noise machine if you need to. If you have, maybe you're somebody that works at night and you need to sleep during the day, making sure you have blackout shades and a sound machine to help cut down on outside noise can be a helpful way in getting extra sleep. Wearing comfortable clothes. Your PJs should be comfortable and loose fitting. The ideal temperature for your room should be between 60 to 68 degrees. It should be cool rather than warm. So those are some tips on just trying to create an environment that helps you to sleep. Number 9, exercise. Getting daily exercise helps aid in falling asleep, and it makes it easier to stay asleep longer. So also, with that being said, spending time outdoors with taking a walk in the sunshine. Anytime you can spend time in sunlight, it helps to regulate our natural circadian rhythm. And number 10, relaxation practices. Stretching before bed, deep breathing. You can look these things up on YouTube and watch a video and do some deep breathing or stretching before bed. Be very helpful in relaxing the body. Epsom salt baths are also another great way to relax the body prior to sleep. So let us know, guys, what your favorite bedtime routine things are, what has helped you get more restful sleep. Share with us your favorite sources of good protein or post-workout protein. Share with us your hydration tips. We'd love to hear from you. So guys, thank you for joining me. For anybody that was able to see it through the Facebook group, which I cannot tell if anybody is watching now. And also thank you guys that if you're watching the replay, which I will get posted for everyone to see, reach out to us with your questions. And don't forget to join us this Sunday at 1 p.m., where you get all three of us coaches for Summit Health and Fitness, and we will be live to answer any of your questions. You can start sending those questions in now to any of us coaches. Coach Amy, you can send them to Summit Health, and we will be happy to go live and answer those questions for you. And don't worry, we will record it, and we will get that recording out for everyone to see. All right, guys, I hope that you have a great day. And yeah, we will be in touch soon.